I'm excited to talk with you. I drove over from Cincinnati this morning, got up at like 4 a.m., and so I'm going to try to power through this. But no, this will be a lot of fun. I want to talk with you guys today about how to develop a sales strategy for your YouTube channel. I was just talking with Andrew here earlier, right before we got started, and talking about you hear so much here at places like this, oh, your email list is where the money's at. Oh, my Instagram's where the money at, or my website, or whatever. And what I've kind of determined is my YouTube channel performs the best for me. Out of my email list, any other social platforms, hands down, YouTube sells the best. And I think the principle is it's wherever you invest the most into your relationships with people online is probably where you're going to get the best return, right? So I'm not here necessarily to say, hey, YouTube is if you're not doing YouTube, you're missing out. It's YouTube may or may not be for everybody. But by the end of this session here, I want you at least to have a really good idea of a very practical, step-by-step strategy that if YouTube is right for you, that it is, you know exactly how to use this platform, not just to grow your views, not just to grow your subscribers, and not even ultimately just to make money, but also ultimately to reach people and change their lives with the message that you're spreading. So I did upload my very first video to YouTube on March 2nd, 2006. I was in graduate school down in Dallas, Texas, and I, just wanted to know, could I get a video off of my camera and upload it to this platform? So it was you guys remember when cameras used magnetic tape? And it would eat your tape half the time, and I had to use this thing called FireWire to get the footage off of the camera and onto the computer, and I was like, could I just do it? So I sat down, 30 seconds. You can tell I put a lot of creative energy into this video. It's called test video, right? And that was my very first effort at this. And it's really embarrassing. I leave it up on YouTube just so other people can go watch it and feel better about themselves after seeing how poor my first video was. I was dating this girl at the time, and I wanted to introduce her to my family across the country. And so we started making what today would be known as vlogs, but back then, there was no such thing as vlogs. It was just being awkward in public with a camera. And so we'd go out and make videos, going out to eat, going out to the parks, going out to theaters, movies, whatever. And before long, other people started watching these. And I was a little bit concerned because this was MySpace days, if you remember that, where you don't use your real name on the internet. If anyone found out who you were, they would hunt you down and kill you for some reason. And so I was like, who is Catlicker72? And why do they keep coming back and watching my videos? How are they finding me? Why do they keep coming back? Why, right? And I started reaching out to other people. And they're like, we don't know either, Tim, but if you figure it out, let us know. We're trying to figure this out as well. And so from the very beginning days of YouTube, I ended up kind of on the industry side before there was an industry. And people started looking to me how is this platform working? I love a good challenge, so I dove into it and started figuring it out. Well, my girlfriend and I kept going, just making videos, and our engagement, everything to our wedding, our honeymoon, our first house, and first kids, and it started growing into this thing. We had, at that time, about 1 million people a month watching our videos on YouTube, and we were still trying to figure out where are they coming from and how is this working. And so one of the things I loved most about this platform is that as our YouTube channel, family channel at the time was growing, I was a full-time youth and family worker, and I just really loved seeing how people's lives were changed and impacted through what we were doing on YouTube. And we were getting comments of people being I didn't commit suicide because of this video. People saying hey, I just got married 2 months ago. My husband and I were already struggling in our relationship. I don't know if we're going to make it, but I watched that video of you and your wife talking about how you're learning to love each other better, and I shared it with my husband. We talked about it, and I just want to let you know we have hope again for our marriage. Thank you for making that video. And I'm that's happening because of what we're doing? And so I really love seeing that type of impact, and I thought this platform is perfectly positioned where I cannot just be I was blogging at the time too. I cannot just tell someone about something that happened, or I can just report about it in a podcast. But here I can actually show them, and we can have this shared experience together, and I can bring them into my world, and we can experience this together. So I really loved the amount of life change and impact that was happening through YouTube. And so in 2013, I started this company, Video Creators, to help more people. I thought I'm already reaching my 1 million people a month, but what if I could help like other people reach their 1 million people a month, and what kind of impact we all have on the world that way. And to date, we've worked with brands now, done YouTube strategy for Disney, Warner Brothers, HBO, Century 21, Budweiser. I don't even know, a lot of Fortune 50 brands, all the way down to other small businesses and creators who are just starting out with this goal of let's teach people to master YouTube, not just for the sake of views, not just for the sake of money, not just for the sake of popularity, but ultimately using those things as tools that we can use to reach people and change their lives. And so far to date, we have helped our clients organically generate over 14 billion views and 61 million YouTube subscribers, which is enough to reach the whole world's population twice. So it's been a fun journey. And my wife and I, we had somehow managed to have 7 kids in 8 years. And my wife's at home with all of them right now. So we feel very blessed that we've been able to have these kids. And we kept going on our YouTube channel. It's like a side gig now, but we still upload our family videos to that place about, once or twice a month or so, just to kind of do something fun for the people who are there. So that's my family. That's how we got started. And today I want to talk with you about how do you grow this into be something for you that could be sales driven and help you grow your business and provide more value to the people who are watching you on YouTube. So how many of you guys are actively publishing it on YouTube? And by active, I mean at least 1 video a month. Oh, okay. So okay, perfect. That's more than I was expecting. Good. All right. And how many of you guys are using it primarily as a business opportunity for your business or your job or something like that? Okay, most of you. Perfect. All right, good. So in order for us to do that, there's a couple things we need to understand. And the first thing is we need to understand how YouTube systems work so that you stop making some of the common mistakes that you're probably making. At least most people do this on YouTube. And it starts with us needing to understand what YouTube's goals are. Now, if we understand what YouTube's goals are for the content that we're creating, then we can craft content that helps them accomplish those goals. And the more we help YouTube accomplish their goals, the more they're going to surface our videos to more and more and more people, and our videos grow and our channel grows as a result. So they have 3 goals that we need to really hone in on. The first goal is they want to know what videos bring people back to YouTube. And these are measured in what they call session starts. And you can see this in your YouTube analytics under videos that are going to the homepage. Those are usually getting pushed to the homepage of YouTube, whether it's in the app or on the website, because this is where people, when they first come to YouTube, YouTube's these are the videos they want to see. So we put them right in front of them there. Then YouTube wants to know, well, once we put the video in front of them, what videos keep them, what videos do they actually watch? And that's measured in watch time. And it's really just how well does your video hold someone's attention? Do they watch it for a few seconds and then they abandon it, a few minutes, and then get off of YouTube and leave? Which is the third thing they really want to know. It's well, how does this video contribute to a viewer's overall viewing session on YouTube? Okay, so what gets them here? What do they watch when they're here? And what keeps them here? And so ultimately, their goal is to get people to spend as much time on YouTube as possible, seeing as many new videos as possible, engaging with as many new channels, watching, seeing as many ads as possible, right? And so the better your video gets them to come back, gets them to watch, holds their attention, and gets them to watch more, the more your video will get surfaced on YouTube. So one of the main mistakes a lot of marketers make then when they come to YouTube is the goal of every video becomes click the link and go buy my thing, or go sign up for my thing, or register for the thing. And you can see why those videos probably won't perform that well long term if the goal is always to get people to leave YouTube and go to this other platform, whether it's your website or something like that. So I want to talk with you guys about some ideas for how to overcome that here in a second. But in order for your videos to be discoverable, there's really 2 main things that you can control in terms of how do we craft content that's really going to perform well, gets people into our channel so our channel starts growing in the first place, so that then we have potential customers that we can then sell to. So the 2 main things that you control over is the content itself and the metadata. Most people, when they think about growing a YouTube channel, they have a good SEO blogging background, and so they kind of bring a lot of that over to YouTube, thinking that a lot of it transfers, and it doesn't. They think that the metadata, which is the information you're giving YouTube about your video, which would be like the title, the description, the tags, things like that, that information has actually very little bearing, very little impact on how well your videos perform. Because there are so many people now trying to cram the right keywords into the right boxes the right number of times, thinking that if I use this keyword 13 times, and YouTube will be like, oh, wow, this video really must be about this thing. They said it 13 times, right? And YouTube doesn't favor that. They actually want to know, like, well, do people actually just watch this or not? And if they do watch it, how long do they watch it for? And does it keep them here longer? And so your metadata has, like, your tags are almost pointless. And YouTube has been saying that for years. People are just now starting to listen, which is good. But, like, if you're stressing out over tags in your videos, YouTube says that they only use those primarily to check misspellings. So, like, if your name's like mine, it's Schmoyer. Some people don't know how to spell it. And so you just spell it incorrectly. Some people spell it incorrectly. Put that in the tags. But other than that, for the most part, like, your tags don't really matter. So the main thing that really causes videos to rank is how people respond to your content. And so optimizing for YouTube really comes down to how well can you optimize your content to capture and hold someone's attention. And so over time, it's actually your viewers who determine how well your videos are going to rank. So we want to create content that makes it really easy for them to do that by capturing and holding their attention through something called watch time. Okay, so watch time is the total amount of time someone spends watching your video. So if you're thinking about, like, growing your channel, you want to get more momentum, you want more views, more subscribers coming in, these are the main metrics that you really need to watch in your analytics in terms of how well is this video holding someone's attention, and then what do they do after that video? Does it get them to leave YouTube and go to my website? Does it get them to watch another video? But I will need them to go to my website because it makes good business sense to do so. But I also kind of want them to, go watch another video because that's good for my channel. Let's talk about that. But first, a little quiz. All right, so you got 3 videos. Let's say all other things are considered equal. Which one of these do you think would perform the best on YouTube, knowing what you know now? Video A, it's a 2-minute video, and 100% retention, which means whenever someone clicks play, they watch that video to the very end. 100% retention. So that means you're getting, on average, 2-minute view duration, but then at the end of that video, like, people only watch YouTube for maybe about 2 more minutes after that video, and then they abandon YouTube and they're no longer watching any more videos. Video B is a 5-minute video with 60% retention. So they're watching a little over half, somewhere around 3 minutes on average. But it leads to a 22-minute viewing session. So if someone clicks and watches this video, YouTube knows that they'll stay on YouTube for an average of 22 minutes longer. Video C is the longest video. It's 14 minutes. And has 40% retention, which is still the longest average view duration. So people are spending more time watching video C than A or B, even combined, actually. And it leads to a 12-minute viewing session overall. So YouTube knows if we surface video C about 12 minutes on average, they will no longer be watching any more videos. So I want you to raise your hand when you commit to one of these, okay? Raise your hand if you think video A, because it has 100% retention, would be the video that would most likely rank number 1 everywhere across YouTube. Okay? Got 1 committed person. 2, 3. Okay, good. How about video B? Raise your hand for video B. Okay, and I'm assuming that's because it has the longest viewing session. How about video C? It has the longest average view duration. Anyone voting for C? All right, you're right. You guys, video B, that's the one that, again, all other things considered equal, which they never are, but if they were in this case, video B would be the one that would perform best. So you guys understand that as marketers, if we're trying to use YouTube to generate sales, we have to actually keep them on YouTube, right? Does that make sense? So in order to really dominate on YouTube, what it really comes down to, if we're going to boil all this down, it comes down to you need to optimize for people, not for robots. Okay, all of YouTube's algorithms and systems and search and discovery systems are optimized to respond to what people are responding well to, not just whoever got the right keywords in the right spot and, the search volume versus competition for all these things. None of that really matters on YouTube. It's just like, can you capture and hold someone's attention? If the answer is yes, then that's the content that's going to perform well.